Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Atla Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that Gary Gensler is actually under pressure because he simply, refused to answer the simple question that Ethereum is a security. And actually, it happened during a congressional hearing. We're going to listen to this because it's very, very interesting, I have to admit. Okay, then we have CoinBase CEO saying that, the crypto exchange is actually preparing to go to court with the US SEC if it's necessary. And then we have sandwich attacks on Ethereum right now, which pushing up the transaction fees. So guys, all this in today's video. And don't forget, every day I put a couple of fresh videos here to keep you up to date. So if that's important, then definitely subscribe, subscribe button all, and then you're getting the notifications as soon as a new video is out. Also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And now let's do it. So in the recent hours, so we can see in a couple of that Bitcoin is going down just a little bit, like 2%. With this is 29,261. Ethereum a bit more, almost 6% down, just under 2,000 US dollar. When we see the top gainers, now we stopped growing recently. Just when we're looking at the 24 hours, just what happened because of Bitcoin and actually with the alts as well at the same time. On the other hand, when we're looking at the losers, now there's a correction a little going on. Couple of Arbitrum, 13% down, Fracture, more than 11%, Conflux, 10% and more, going down a bit more. So there's a correction going on at the moment. When we're looking at here the candlestick chart, we can see it clearly. This is on the 4-hour one. So we were just here, and in the last 4 hours, we went all the way down to, 29,010 US dollars. So just above it, 29,000, but I think it would be totally okay if we come down here to 28,000. We're going to actually the 200 weekly moving average is around between 26 and 25,000. So that's also a pretty strong support. And yes, it can easily happen. Maybe there was somebody selling, US government selling, I don't know, crypto, who knows. But then maybe we come back. So we will see how this story will unfold itself. Right, but now let's move on to the first topic. And the first topic is all about Gary Gensler basically refused to answer if Ethereum is a security during a congressional hearing. And this was very, very interesting. And we can see now clearly that Gary is under pressure for sure, because more and more people questioning what he's doing as an SEC chairman. So now there was a congressional hearing, and here in this article you can actually read it. But the point is, bottom line, and I'm going to show you in a second how it was, that he, who is the House Committee Chairman, Patrick McHenry, has asked Gary Gensler several times the question that is Ethereum then a security? Because, it has to be clear, and he just simply refused. So I shared it also here on my Twitter page. You can, when you follow me here on Blockchain Bloom. There are a couple of interesting ones, but here is this one, and listen to this.
Is Ether a commodity or a security?
And again, it depends on the facts and the law, and if there's a group of individuals...
I'm asking you about the facts and the law sitting in your seat and the judgment you are making.
And so, Mr. Chair, I think you would not want me to prejudge, because I'm also...
But you have prejudged on this. You've taken 50 enforcement actions. We're finding out as we go, as you file suit, as people get Wells notices on what is a security in your view, in your agency's view. I'm asking you a very simple question about the second largest digital asset. What is your view?
And my view is if there's a group of individuals in the middle that the public is
anticipating... All right, so let me just ask a second question then. Do you think it serves the market for an object to be viewed by the commodities regulator as a commodity and the securities regulator to be viewed as a security? Do you think that provides safety and soundness for the product? Do you think it provides consumer protection? Do you think it serves the value of innovation? I think no should be a very simple answer for you here.
I think
That uncertainty is bad, is it not?
And I think that Congress has said that there's one agency, the Securities and Exchange Commission, under this committee.
And you won't answer my question, and you're the head of that agency. So give me a break. Come on.
I'm answering it in the generic because you would not want me to speak about any one set of facts and circumstance.
Okay, so, but you've already spoken. Have you said anything about Bitcoin?
My predecessors and the agency itself has spoken to them.
Okay, but you're not willing to do the same about Ether. Okay, so let me just step back. There's a lack of clarity here in the marketplace. Can you at least agree to that?
I think that the clarity is there. The law is clear.
All right.
There's a group
so let me be explicit about this. The market doesn't see it. Your regulatory actions and the CFTC's regulatory actions say that there's a great deal of uncertainty here. It is the intention of this committee to fix that uncertainty and actually provide a sound legal basis for this.
Crazy, isn't it? So it's like, he's saying all these kind of narratives that everything else than Bitcoin is security, so is like Ethereum. There we have the CFTC saying that Ethereum and some others are actually commodities. So these guys not agree. And basically what Gary Gensler is doing with all these things is really damaging the whole innovation in the United States when it comes to crypto and blockchain, and they will be clearly left out in the future if they don't follow up and they don't catch up here. And there are so many innovators in the United States, but there we have, I'm just going to talk about CoinBase pretty soon, that these guys think also about moving away from the United States. And, this is what worries actually many people, that these strict things, as they go in just in one direction with the lead of Gary Gensler, it's just not healthy for the United States. And, simple question, they pushing this narrative that Ethereum is security, but when he's asked, is it, or, it is, yes, no, cannot answer the question. It's crazy, and he's the chairman. So I know that he's under pressure, but, if you're saying this kind of statement, you have to protect it. If you're not able to protect it, and clearly he's not able to protect it, then, is he the right person to this position? Great question, right? And then we have, the U.S. Congress, Congress officially introduced a bill to remove SEC chair, Gary Gensler. You can find it also here. This one, also interesting to listen. This is here another good one. I mean, seriously, not listening to the whole thing, but...
A lot of questions in a limited amount of time. So if you could keep your answers to either a yes or a no, that will allow us to get through as many as possible.
You cannot give yes or no anyway.
From your perspective, is it more difficult now for the digital asset industry to access financial products and services in the United States than it was, say, 2 years ago?
Sir, I'm not running one of those businesses. If they came into compliance, I think
reclaiming my time. The answer, sir, is yes. Do you think you and the SEC have had a role to play in that?
I think we have a role to protect the American investor and the capital markets. And
reclaiming my time, sir. You have played an obvious role in that. During your tenure at the...
I mean, you can listen. You just go here, but many other people shared it on Twitter, so you just check it. But, it was... I haven't seen such a, strong, attack clearly here by so many people against Gary Gensler in a way, and they actually coming out now and they... pushing that they're looking for answers now, because the old gray area, what they represent, like it is, but not giving clear guidelines. It's just not functioning like this anymore. And this is actually good for crypto. Good for crypto. What's happening here? Because if this continues, then they might move Gary Gensler from this position, and then the whole thing can totally change, which would be actually important for the United States. Okay. Second thing, CoinBase CEO saying that the crypto exchange is preparing to go to court actually with the US SEC because they believe they have to protect themselves basically. So here we have Coinbase. They also saying that I'm not, giving up or something. If the SEC has these kind of problems, they should be clear about it. And if it's necessary, they're willing to go to court. And here, this is what Brian Armstrong said, told today in a CNBC interview. And, we had last month, the SEC issued the Coinbase with the Wells notice, which is, often, one of the final steps before the regulator formally issues charges. And actually, Brian Armstrong admitted that they're considering the option of investing more abroad, including relocating from the United States. And this is not just Coinbase, many others. And this is pretty bad for the United States if, all these innovative firms which represent, new tech and the whole world is going in this direction. And so many other countries, poor countries, rich countries, they both, understood this. But the United States, with Biden administration, and also with Gary Gensler, it's clearly not supporting this. And this can hurt the United States. They see how they weakening the dollar. It's a clear trend of what's happening now. The trust in the US dollar is definitely declining in the world. And as the DXY is also falling now. So there are a lot of things, and bonus is that they not even support innovation, and which is always was something for the United States, that they were one of the leaders there. That's why they're where they are at the moment. Of course, because of the world reserve currency is the US dollar, that gives them the power. But all the other things, how the United States functioned in the last, I don't know, whatever years. And this is now this is now changing with the leaders who we have right now. And actually just continue the previous story, what was in this congressional hearing. This is just another thing add to it. Okay, and now the third topic I would like to discuss, now let's move away a little bit from this, is sandwich attacks, which are actually pushing up right now the transaction fees on the Ethereum network. So recently we can see the sandwich attacks basically pushing up now the transaction fees. But first, let's clear what a sandwich attack is. So basically traps the user's transaction between two transactions, which is then further manipulated to gain profit. This is the goal. This is done by forerunning the victim's trade by buying the same asset and then selling the tokens to the victim in the same trade in a slightly higher price. So basically, they can make a lot of money with this. The majority of trades are done by bots on the Ethereum network. And this is actually pushing up the price. So the victims might not know this, but for sandwich bots, the gains can run into millions of dollars as they target thousands of wallets and skim a few dollars each time. So here, there, and they're just working automatically. So the wallet named, for example, here, this one, Jared from Subway.eth, likely not to the popular sandwich chain, has spent over $2 million in the past week, just in the past week, on Ethereum network fees, trying to sandwich trades, punting on predominantly low cap tokens. So when they see basically, that somebody is not aware of this and just buying a bigger amount, they just front run it and making money on that. Here, there, a couple of cents, dollar, here we go. And then, it's worth to them to spend that big amount of money just on transaction fees in such a short period of time to do that. So, and actually that has driven up fees of the entire network. Data forum Dune analyst shows each transaction on Ethereum network cost over $10 as of the Asian morning hours on Wednesday. So, but actually, which is 10 times more than last week when the level was $1. So huge difference, as you can see. Yeah, okay, so this is just a fact what's happening right now. Okay, guys. I'm going to bring a couple of short videos soon, even today and tomorrow. I will be busy on Thursday and Friday, so probably I'm not making these usual long videos what you're watching right now. But I'm back on Monday with with these ones, and meanwhile I try to make a couple of short videos for you. So definitely keep you up to date. So thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe if you like this kind of content and you want to keep yourself up to date. Hit the like button if you like this kind of content, and see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.